Okay, good day everyone. My name is Megan Collins. I am the legal representative appointed to oversee the judging process for the Dream Drive competition. Today we'll be working with a panel of 5 expert judges, all of whom bring their wealth and experience in South African professional soccer. Each judge has independently analysed the spot the ball image and placed their coordinate selection. We'll now go through each judge's pick one by one, reviewing their reasoning and they will confirm their final decision. Once all the picks are confirmed, we will calculate the average coordinate to determine the winning position. Let's begin by introducing the esteemed judges for this competition. The first judge is Nathan Paulse. Nathan, if you could please introduce yourself and give us your professional background in the game of soccer.
Hi there guys, good morning. I'm Nathan Paulse. I'm a former professional football player, currently a football coach, specializing in individual development, and I work out at the United Football Community in beautiful Cape Town. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you, Nathan. The second judge on our panel is Janine van Wyk. Janine, if you could please introduce yourself and give us your professional background in the game of soccer.
Good day, I'm Janine van Wyk, a former Bafana Bafana captain, currently the highest capped footballer on the African continent, and I'm currently the head coach of JVW Football Club.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, Janine. The next judge is Michael Morton. Michael, if you could please introduce us and also give us your professional background in the game of soccer.
Yeah, how's it guys? Michael Morton played 375 professional games across 9 different clubs in South Africa, represented South Africa across all age group levels, and now create content about South African football.
Great stuff. Thanks, Michael. The next judge on our panel is Matthew Booth. Matthew, could you please introduce yourself and give us your professional background in the game of soccer?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. My name is Matthew Booth, ex-professional footballer, currently a pundit on Supersport, and director at Booth Africa. Amazing.
Thanks, Matthew. The last judge is Tinashe Shingai. Tinashe, if you could please introduce yourself and give us your professional background in the game of soccer.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tinashe Shingai Mukandatsama. I am a football performance analyst for Mamelodi Sundowns and the South African football national teams.
Yes. Amazing. Thank you, Tinashe. All right. Thank you all for your time and expertise. Let's move on to reviewing each of your picks. We will now review the individual selections, and each judge will confirm their pick and explain their reasoning behind their choice. The first judge, Nathan Paulse. Can you please confirm that this is your selected coordinate?
That is correct.
This is X2441Y767.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Could you briefly explain the reasoning behind your selection?
Yeah. So for this round, I went with mainly the eyes. Usually, I use 3 focus areas. It's just where the eyes are, the attention. So I focused in on that because the next trait which I usually use is the body, the positioning of the hands, the posture. But I used, especially the player in the green, I used his eyes to give me more or less where the exact coordinates of where the ball is. And you can see that the player in the green is probably most anticipating the ball closest to him, and that was the main point for me. A secondary point was the player in the red. He looks like he's more in anticipating what the green player is about to do. He's about to win the ball maybe first, and he's maybe really acting to go and deal with him. And that's the reason behind my pick.
Amazing. Thank you, Nathan. The next up is Janine van Wyk. Janine, can you confirm that these are your selected coordinates? X2328, Y1668.
Yes, I can confirm that.
Amazing. Could you briefly explain the reasoning behind your choice?
Well, look, I think the ball is coming down. I think the player in green is the one challenging mostly for the ball, while the one in red is challenging the player to push him off balance, not necessarily challenging to win the ball. I think it's already past him due to the where his eyes are located. I think it's the one in green being a little bit slightly higher elevated than the one in red. If you look at the player in red's knee is already high, which indicates to me that he is slightly off balance and coming down from his elevation jump. So therefore I think the ball is allocated in that area because about to make contact, or the one in green making impact with the ball coming down towards him. Looking at his eyes, he is located right above him. The ball is located right above him and about to make contact with it.
Amazing. Thank you, Janine. The next judge is Michael. Michael, can you confirm that these are your selected coordinates? X2268Y1117.
That's correct.
Perfect. Can you briefly explain the reasoning behind your selection?
Yeah, quite interesting because I think I'm sort of midway between where Nathan was and Janine. Again, Nathan, agree with him in terms of the using a lot about their eye positioning and where they're looking. It's difficult to tell without the ground for reference to know if they're on the ground or they're in the air. So that makes it a little bit more tricky. But yeah, they're already colliding, basically meaning that the ball is on the way down and is about to be some sort of header. I feel like it's before the header and not after it. So feel like the ball. I'm pretty happy with where I think that the ball is going to land.
Great, thank you, Michael. The next judge is Matthew. Matthew, could you please confirm that these are your selected coordinates? X2306 Y1593.
Yes, I can confirm that.
Amazing. Could you briefly explain the reasoning behind your choice?
Yeah, I agree with Janine and Mike. I think the ball's coming down. That is made a bit difficult because the image cuts both bodies in half. So it's difficult it has made it a little bit more difficult. Both players' eyes are well open, so it was quite easy to draw the lines. It was just a case of trying to decipher where the intersection was. And I made it a little bit lower because I think the ball is coming down. The player in green is about to head to the ball. Both players are doing very well to keep their eyes open because there is some contact about to be made. So good technique from both of them. I put it lower rather than higher because I'm imagining that there's impact about to be made.
All right, great. Thank you, Matthew. The next judge is Tinashe. Tinashe, can you please confirm that these are your selected coordinates? X2243, Y1476.
Yes, those are my coordinates.
Amazing. Could you briefly explain the reasoning behind your selection?
Well, a couple of things. I completely agree with the other judges in terms of where the ball is and what's happening. The ball is coming down and the two players are about to get into contact with the ball. And how I got to that is if you just look at the players' faces, you can see how their muscles are tensed. If you look at their foreheads, they are tensing in their mouth. It just tells you how ready they are and the distance between them and the ball. If you see the guy in the red bib, he's leaning into the guy with the green bib, and that also tells you that the guy with the green bib is slightly in more control and rightly underneath the ball because he's more central to the ball, while the guy in red is leaning in at an angle. And then the contact between the two also just shows you how closer to the ball both bodies are and how are they anticipating to hit the ball, as the guys have said. And if you look at the mouth as well, and if you look at the guy in green, he's got his arms open because he's trying to get an advantage of elevation, while the guy in red has a fist. And the fist is more defensive, so it shows you that he's trying to fight for the ball while also trying to get that elevation. Now, just looking at all those in terms of their body orientation and their body language in relation to the ball. That's my submission.
Amazing. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, judges, for confirming your picks and sharing your reasonings. This level of insight ensures that the judging process remains skill-based and transparent. So now that we've reviewed all 5 individual picks, the promoter will calculate the average of the selected coordinates to determine the winning position. Here is the average coordinate calculated from the 5 judges' selection. It is X2317, Y1324. Can each of you confirm that you are in fact in consensus and give us your expert opinion on the winning pick? We will go judge by judge. The first up is Nathan.
No, it looks pretty good. On review of the other judges' submissions as well. I think that this is the perfect spot for where the ball could or should be. So I'm happy with this.
Perfect. Thank you, Nathan. Next up is Janine.
Yes, I can confirm and agree. It looks pretty right where the ball would be in this image based on the eye positioning of the two players. It's quite central to where they're both looking at. I can confirm and agree that this is a perfect location for this image.
Fabulous. Great. The next up is Michael.
Yes, I definitely agree with this panel. We've assembled some of the best headers of the ball this country's ever seen, and then Tinashe always throws in some incredible insights and makes me think twice about my selections as well. So, fantastic, and I think I'm very happy with this selection.
Thanks, Michael. The next up is Matthew.
I'm very happy with that. After considering the rest of the panel's opinions, I think that's a fair spot to have the ball where it should be. So, I can confirm. Very happy with that.
Great. And then we have Tinashe.
Yes, I'm happy with this pick because if you just look at all our picks, it's within pretty much the same radius, and that just tells you how all of us are sort of aligned in the way we're thinking and in the way we're interpreting the image. So I think this is the right pick.
Amazing. All right. Thank you, everyone. This coordinate will serve as the official winning position for this competition. I'd like to thank our esteemed panel of judges for their participation and professionalism. This concludes the judging process for the Dream Drive competition. Thank you again to our judges and the Dream Drive team for ensuring a smooth process. Based on our observations during the panel sitting, it appeared that the judges used their expertise to determine the position of the center of the ball, and we observed no evidence of collusion or undue influence among them during this process. To everyone who played, good luck, and we look forward to surprising their winner with their dream car.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Head to Dream Drive, where your next car could be a click away.